Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What shall we do for today's PE? All right. We have all our members gathered now. Now then, class representative, what shall we do for PE today? What shall we do? Oh my gosh, her repetitiveness, I feel like, is a thing. Mian harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival! The only thing you can trust is in your own body. What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped without missing a beat. And so, we'll be taking a lesson from history. The tried and true king of all outdoor melee events, let's play tag! It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. That dunderhead Keiichi-san shall be the first one to be it. I won't be beaten. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why are you guys all so into it? The third rule of our society, you must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. Then this counts as a club activity? It's not after hours. Everyone smirked at each other. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mian and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Reina was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. I'm in! My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged for the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. That's not fair. Oh, I see. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The endgame would be a hellish siege. They call this version we're playing here zombie tag, you see? I see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Makes sense. Why do you make it sound so scary? I wonder. As soon as I catch Reina, I'm going to tear out her entrails while she's still alive. Gross! Keiichi-kun, that's gross! Rika-chan placed her hand on Reina's head as she panicked. Don't worry. Before Keiichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently. I feel like that's what they actually do, a bunch of cannibals. Rika, that isn't comforting at all. Both Mian and I nodded deeply. So, the first it. How do you decide who's a zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Well, it is class time after all. Let's decide by answering questions. Psh. Why are you asking the questions? You're stupider than me. All right, I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade they're coming from. Also, yeah, 2 of the kids are younger. All right. What does the Japanese word for roku mean? 6. Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mian repeated it. So, you need to answer. What's roku in English? It's 6. How about kutsushita? Kutsushita. Socks? Oh, kutsushita. Okay, I got it. I can't read it when it's in Romanji. Socks! What's the third last letter in the alphabet? It's X. What does Seibetsu mean? But, of course I know what that is. Must be sex. Satoko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see, it's quite a lewd question. You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what it is, right? I certainly do. Of course I know. Then go ahead and say it. That, you know. That. What does that mean exactly? Satoko looks like she's in trouble. How cute! Don't take her home. It's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she might really have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it nice and loudly. What does that mean? I do know. That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event which has been previously indicated in context. Huh? All of us were a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see, well, it is certainly what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's position. Just said it. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you-know-what at the top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. That's probably true, she is already a perverted asshole. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Satoko Hojo, shall assume the role of the zombie. I shall eat everyone. Seems like she's raring to go. All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerks skip numbers while counting to 100. You can start chasing after you solve this problem. Whoa! Keiichi-kun, give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate. Oh no. There are no common denominators? Satoko grabbed a stick in panic and began drawing a cake fractions on the ground. If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted. Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. Keiichi-kun, that wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in the direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in 2 directions and would probably have a good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Keiichi Maibara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Then, going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning me! Now then, where could Keiichi-san possibly be? Shan't let you escape! But of course. What would be the best method to track me down? Footprints, or smell, or maybe some type of trail? If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita Okamura, have you seen Keiichi-san recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. After confirming she was heading this direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as I pleased. It's becoming more and more obvious I was at a disadvantage from being not so familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it's going to be, then to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I'd just counter it in a similar vein. I'd approach some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Satoko Hojo that her parents are at the gate, please. Message. Ah ha 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 ha! Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Wait, don't go yet! Also, take this one to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her the teacher is calling her to the gate. I'm quite the schemer, if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we're talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine, as long as it bought me more time. Dance for me, Mion and Satoko, in the palm of my hand! Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time, and it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did these guys are so dangerous in their antics. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. My Bara-san isn't around. Is he over there? Nope. Where's Keiichi-san, I wonder? His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. Hey, do you know where Keiichi-san is at? His mom suddenly got really sick. A message for my Bara-san. They said his house caught fire and he needs to come to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maibara residence. The police have come to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Huh? Is it true that he goes around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about? It's okay, I have to mile off. I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way would I do that! I heard that class representative Mion was a victim too. What? Ah! This was your doing, Mion! Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true, so they chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student, Maibara-san, is really a perverted person. The cost of beating Mion had a too high a price. Ah! Oh, someone passed below. That's Reina and Rika-chan. Huh? Rika-chan, you still okay? I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mi-chan is it as well. Mion? It couldn't be. She'd become it of my little strategy. This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Satoko-chan, Satoko is searching around the pipe, so we should be safe here for a while. Oh, it's a trap. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Reina was slumped on the ground breathing heavily, Rika-chan had started creeping up to her. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be. Whoa! Rika-chan? It's a trap. What is it? What is it? How? Don't worry. I had never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before. Oh, why are you coming closer? Why? Rika-chan isn't a zombie, is she? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. No way! Rika-chan, no! Reina was pressed against the wall and Rika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Reina quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. At that moment, Reina's eyes met mine. Kiichi-kun, save me! Zombie Rika-chan turned 180 degrees exorcist style and glared at me. No! Found him! I see Kei-chan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not good. You said you located Keiichi-san? I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed that Rika-chan had let Reina escape. What? And now she was baring her fangs in my direction. Come on down, Kei-chan! The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too scary. I wonder how Keiichi-san's guts taste. Keiichi-san! Keiji, I want you to become one of us. Someone please save me! I saw Reina apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. Bitch. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Reina! I leapt off the roof in fear, slipping as I landed. See, why the fuck would you climb up to a roof during a game of tag? Satoko and Rika jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, ooh, they tickled me all over my body. Gwahahaha! Stop! Stop! Gwah! So this means Reina is still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Reina. How dare you leave me for dead? The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt. It's sad. So sad. But Keiichi is one of us now. It felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Zombie tag is quite profound. This is no time to postulate. We must capture Reina. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Reina, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that tightened the noose around my neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lowest grades from around the school grounds. Everyone, listen. Reina is in big trouble. All of you, please look for Reina. Is it a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh yeah, it had turned to that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, it's not even in that same league as jumbo jets. What fell on Reina's house was a space colony. A space colony? Yeah, it's a really big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated, but that's only the prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning, the start of a war for independence by the propaganda polity of Xeon. What the fuck is that word? The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand return events. What will happen? Will the Terran Federation lose? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet! That person is Reina Ryugu! The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Reina. Now scatter, comrades! We must find Reina! My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone. But I thought even the Terran's Foundation impulse wave diffusal cannon didn't work on the Comet Empire. You're close. That's the white variety of those comments. The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak point. Of course, Reina knows their weak point all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing. Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Reina. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters. Little Kei-chan's abilities, this old man knows them better now. It didn't really feel like she was complimenting, but whatever. Really though, how exceptional, Keiichi-san. This looks quite promising. If we have this many, we can win. I was thinking that Keiichi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Rika-chan's words stung a little bit, but I let it slide for now. Not even Reina would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Reina was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. You're all scary! Keiichi-kun too! So scary! It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. There's only 30 people, it's not that much. All the lower grades closed in on Reina, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control a mech! Reina! How could you leave me for dead? You ready to pay for it? I'm sorry about that, Keiichi-kun, but I didn't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Now, Reina, say your prayers. Reina had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in, associating this situation with a similar, particularly immoral one. Make my pulse quicken just a little bit. It really is terrible. Satoko and Rika-chan were both wailing their figures. They probably wanted to tickle Reina. Reina, wanting to no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Keiichi-kun, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. Now then, are you ready? Okay, so long as it's Keiichi-kun. No, she just consented. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe that Keiichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Our body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. There was the bell. Game over. Yay! I did it! I did it! I survived! Yay! Yay! Star. Reina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. So daylight broke in the nick of time and the evil zombie army disintegrated into dust. And so the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway. What are you postulating about? This is all because Keiji-san was daddling about. Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and Rika-chan, and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Forgive me! I can't eat and try to be a guy, it just doesn't work. Then the award for surviving goes to Reina Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki. Yay! Huh? Mi-chan wasn't a zombie. Only pretending to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you deceive the enemy, you know. Oh! Mion, you little... Yeah. Hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. Let go of me, Satoko Rika-chan. Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. I do like that sound, not gonna lie. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Reina to dig Colonel Sanders out of the mountain of treasure from before. Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too. Aren't they in the shed out back? The towels are by the sink. All right, now I was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically. What's going on, KG? Where are you headed out in that get-up? If they come to dump again legally, he'll be buried completely and it'll be impossible to dig him out. If that happens, Colonel... Reina will undoubtedly go after the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town. A bit of excavating, so my classmate doesn't become a criminal. Well, don't be out too late! Mom returned to the kitchen with a puzzled expression still on her face. Cutting through the woods as a shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Photographer? Yeah! It was Tomitake-san, probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young men in the twilight. Maybe. He looks like, you know. Hey, long time no see. Keiichi-kun, right? My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything. By the way, was that girl an acquaintance of yours? He was probably talking about Reina. Guessing by the way Tomitake-san was shaken up. What was that all about? I know, but his head is so tiny. She was walking around with an axe. And she was laughing with a huge smile across her face. Oh, that probably looked terrifying. That was Reina without a doubt. It was probably because she couldn't take it home today, so she couldn't hide her excitement. Oh, she could take it home today, sorry. I hid myself because I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? Well, it certainly would be quite a spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with an axe. Tomitake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical. It's fine, it's fine. Just leave her be. She's just wandering around looking for more victims. Tomitake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Doesn't he? Like, his muscles are super big, but his head is small, so he looks weird. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand Reina. I'll just toss a bunch of BS out there. If you were to be killed out here, she'd probably be the one to do it. Try not to snoop too much around here. That's such a mean thing to say to a stranger. I started off in the direction of the dam site where Reina was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomitake-san abruptly called out to me. Keiichi-kun, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but... I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomitake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I'd said something bad. Keiichi-kun! I was waiting for you. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomitake was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving an axe around certainly would seem dangerous. You should cover the axe with something when you have it in public. It's not good to carry it around out in the open like that. Seems that I lost it, so there isn't one. Thinking about it, there really wasn't no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Reina's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry an axe around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious. Ah well, let's finish this today. If we bust through the last beam, we should be able to pull him out. I've got everything I need. Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Reina and made my way up the unstable slope. Don't you think like a shovel would be better? Just wait, Colonel Sanders. Keiichi-kun will save you. Star. All right, get back. I'll finish this in one go. A solid thwack ran out through Hinamizawa as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. How is it? Think you can do it? If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself. If I can break through this, then we'll be good. Have plenty of power today. I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I'd never used an axe before. During a school camping trip, I had wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired. I decided to take a break. Raina had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. I'm fine. I'm almost there. I'll make sure Raina can get Sanders a goodnight kiss tonight. Oh, I wouldn't want to kiss that thing. Yeah. Thank you. Giving Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss. Oh. Come to think of it, Raina, you're a transfer student too, right? Where did you live before? I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I had thought she'd lived here all her life. In Kanto. It wasn't as rural as out here, but it was still out in the countryside. Why did you move here? To Hinamizawa, I mean. You know, this is pretty far out in the boonies. Why did you move here? Does it have to do with your dad's work? Dad said he wanted to move out to a studio. He'd been saying that for a while, that somewhere deep in the mountains like this would be perfect. Studio? Is your father an artist or something? He paints scenery. Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in the Makuhari Messe. He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. Hold on, I need actual water. That's amazing! Let me see them next time. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers. But you transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you? Wasn't that a hassle? Not really. I was getting bored of the city anyways. I was trying to get answers from Raina, but I ended up being the one giving out the questions. Why doesn't she want to talk about her past? With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the axe and headed back to the worksite. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The higurashi began their song, as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today, I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Raina as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. Hoo-yah! You little... Damn it! I had swung the axe countless times today just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recalled that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes... What? That doesn't make any sense. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people, ever. Oh, at. I read by for some reason. With one last swing, the beam cracked apart. The weight I put behind the axe not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue's shoulder as well. Oh no. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. Ah. What's the matter? Are you hurt? Sorry. The figure's arm, I broke it off. Oh, that's all? I thought Keiichi-kun hurt himself. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Reina said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled. We just need to tape it back on and put a coat over him. Nobody will ever even notice. I see. Let's pull him out then. Can you get that side? Okay. Seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. And laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Reina and Mion knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I had looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared. You're pathetic, Keiichi Maebara. All right, Reina. Let's do this in one go. Ready? And... Whoa! We did it! We did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay! The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment of 2 days of work bearing fruit. He, who was brought to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master is a decent person. Wow, Colonel Sanders! He really is cute! It didn't matter that he was dirty. Ew! Reina nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Reina's happy face made it all worth it. I'll help you carry it back. It'd be bad if it gets dark. Yeah, right. I really want to thank you, Keiichi-kun. I won't forget this. Think real hard about what you'll do to repay me, okay? Ugh. Whoa, I wonder what kind of repayment. Wonder? For now, I just held back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in a tarp and lifted him. And so, Jack and Jill went down the hill carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed axe. That doesn't look weird at all. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomitake-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we'll need to get rid of him. Lol. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about those words. Unable to grasp my sense of humor, had left behind. Murder. What kind of name is Reina? I wonder how many chapters this chapter 1 has. Alright, let's continue. I don't know how many more of these acts I can take. Alright. Ah ha ha ha! How was it, Kei-chan? So, you went to Reina-san's house. Wasn't it amazing? It's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't a newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Oh, why aren't you going? While the house itself was fine, the problem was the yard. There, it was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. It's not sexy though. Also, I've seen the anime. It does turn creepy. It's just taking forever because it's a novel. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while walking around town. The cake shop's mascot, Little Licky. The total mum in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. What the heck? agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Won't you get in trouble for that one? But how so cute! Star. She must have thought about it because her face filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better, just as long as it's big. And her room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before. And cute kids like Rika-chan are locked away in the basement. So creepy. Yep, I'll keep anything, Star. How cute. So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Hey, Reina, you know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute? Yeah, cute. Oh, I want it. The U.S. should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. That's not cute. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Rika-chan had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something? How rude! Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiichi-san. Nothing like that, Keiichi-kun. Rika-chan is a member of the festival committee. Festival? The school cultural festival or something? Kei-chan, I already told you. It's the village festival. The Onikakushi. Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. So, what's this Onikakushi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival? I guess the last part where you set things adrift in the river is similar. Except we use cotton things like old worn-out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival expressing thanks for their years of service. So you throw them away? The people living in Hinamizawa dump their futons and padded cloaks in a stream? That seems completely un-environmentally friendly. It sounds like there'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I can smell it already. That's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiichi-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be. What? How could you tell what I was thinking? Something silly. It was written all over your face. What sort of face could have expressed what I'd imagined just now? Reina demonstrated for me. I see, no argument here. It's nothing fun like that, you see. But you should still look forward to it. Let's all go together! I'll come get you that day! I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going. You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year. Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably our club's summer tradition. The Onikakushi 4th Demon Firefight. What is that? That sounds awful. What kind of name is that? I think it's a cute name, though. I tried to object sharply, but since Reina looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it. Since Keiichi is here this year, it becomes 5 demons. Rika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence. So, how does this funky-sounding club activity tie into the festival? Oh ho ho! This is where you exhibit the skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities. Exactly! We show the full extent of the abilities that the best of the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations. But last year the mayor got angry, so we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time. So basically, we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. Rika-chan really is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see, so we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Reina was right, of course. That would be a reason for the mayor to get angry. But it's lots of fun! That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near. Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities today. Any objections? Nay! Our voices rang out in unison. When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play. This really is the most basic of table games. Playing with the marked deck again? We'll use a new one today. There are no marks on the cards, so we're all on equal footing. I wonder if that's really the case. I will have to inspect them. Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checked the cards. Yes, these seem to be fine. Are you all satisfied? Then today, I guess we'll play President. That's good for 5 people. Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of house rules for it as well. I don't know. The name, for example. In my hometown, we call it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make a reversal with 3 threes? No jokers. 2 is the highest. You can reverse a reversal. You can only make a reversal with 4 of a kind, not 3. Also, you know how the peasant sends a good card to the president? None of that. While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's president and it's with a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I had the gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So, what shall today's penalty be? About that. Why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one? What? Oh, that seems like it could be interesting. Oh, I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi-san draw it. It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself. Just don't lose. Don't you know best? Oh. Mian handed out several slips of paper to everybody. Then, write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Probably. You know, because all the girls like him. Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave. No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea from being written down. Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mian's hand to lurch to a sudden halt. Ah, that's so sneaky, Mian. She wrote no penalty and the corner of the slip is folded. I see. Just in case you lost, you grab the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mian. They cheat so much. Rika-chan is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her even though she doesn't stand out. Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Reina's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Reina. Just don't lose. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try hard so everyone has to pick the penalty I write. Reina was quite brutal even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either. I agree with that. I'm very curious what Reina's penalty is in particular. Everybody's penalties are scary. I feel like Rika's would be the worst. I still don't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like. Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everyone here ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt up the cards. Finally, the battle begins! I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and Satoko played their cards without hesitation. Reina and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Reina genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. It was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh? Will this work? Then I'll play this 3 and I'm out! 9! Nobody? 8! 7! I'm out! 5 and 5. I'm out! Then I'll discard this last one and I'm out! Bah! I missed my chance. The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today I could win. Now then. Mi-chan pulled out one of the slips, okay? Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. What? Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked. What is it? What is it? Oh! Kiss, kiss, kiss. Reina was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Oh. Pet the principal on the head. Hey, wait! How is this bad? Keiichi-san, do you not understand? The principal is balding and ashamed of it. Satoko yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be? The principal is a martial arts master. He boasts about traveling around the world, perfecting his skills when he was younger. He switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war. He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head? As the club president, there is no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Phew! Hoo-yah! She bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do it without making a fuss? Probably impossible. They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence. I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Kapow! A rumble shook the classroom. That's the principal's aerial opener. Following the launcher with a jab, jab, strong, fierce combo, he's even using meter. From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood now why there were no delinquents at this school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us. Petted. Is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing. She's alive at least. Now we can continue the game. Monster. I was amazed that the person who made club activities like these could say that. But now, the worst penalty is gone, right? Doubt it. Right? Reina tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Neon's malicious grin. She was serious now. I'm not holding back anymore. You'll all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense. Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out! I'm out as well. Haha, I'm out too. 3, I am now out. I lost! And the heaven chose to vanquish Reina. What kind of penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder? It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Neon's first penalty still made me quiver. And so the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid. Huh? What is this? This one, what do I need to do? So basically it means that you have to use the same expressions as a maid? How? Okay, master. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Then Reina, can you shuffle the cards and deal? Yes, Goshujin-sama. I could just die right now. Anyways, let's continue. Right, Reina? Yes, master. The eagerness in which I was goading Reina into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself. Oh, I won't lose anymore. I'm out. I shan't lose either. I'm out. Then with that, I'm out too. I can't believe it! Is it Reina's loss again? Reina again? What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. That seems bad to do in school. Remove one piece of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. That's just decent! Who could have written this? Tie, sock. Good to go. My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize. That would be an Ig Nobel Prize. Not good, not good. What was I thinking about was written on my face? Oh, Michan. Reina begged Neon with teary eyes, but everyone knew Neon's answer already. Nope, won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man. I'll be right. Understood, master. I'll undress. What? I looked around thinking someone else would probably stop her, but of course I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Dude, tie, sock. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing. Is this fine, master? I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you needed to be ruthless after all. Keiji-san, whatever were you expecting? Certainly we would not have her strip if she weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath. Satoko poked fun at me, but right now I can't hear it. Not bad, Kei-chan. This old man never even thought you would go after her like that. You've got it wrong. I didn't write that one. Master, didn't write this one? Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me to not feel anything. Calm down, Keiji Maibara. Mian probably wrote that one and planned it to go after me as I panicked. I'll be right back. That's to blows my nose. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this. And the answer was quite simple. I win! I then became a god. I, who have already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business. Ew! How could my luck of the draw be so bad? Satoko lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister. Ugh! Fine. Oni-chan. Yes! The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Ugh! This old man loses again. Mion's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's school swimsuit. No! That's the one I wanted Kei-chan to get. Yes! Mion's despair was like sweet honey. Master, I lost again. Reina lost? I'll draw it for you. Let the person in first rest their head on your lap. Huh? Oh, in this outfit, Master? Yeah! She's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs. This really is an indecent anime. Eek! Oni-chan, you're too good. Sniffle. Satoko lost again. I'll draw it. Obey the person in first place. How about I have you give me a shoulder massage? How many penalties are there? There's only 5 people. Fine. Oni-chan. Come on, do it a bit harder. Don't use your nails. Bwahaha. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I had realized it, I had already assembled a harem. You had a harem to begin with. But it's funny that he makes that reference to himself. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Reina, who is now a bloomer-clad maid. Satoko was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mian was fanning me while wearing her school swimsuit. Oh, today is Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Please refrain from moving your head around so much. I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams? What is it, Keiichi? I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. Mika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in last. Keiichi is quite greedy. It's said you should know when enough is enough. I know that very well, but how to say it? I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died now. Master, please refrain from moving your head around. You say you wouldn't mind dying. Then that can be arranged. Rika-chan said it in her calm manner with a cheery tone. Well, at least he died happy. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war. Go, Rika-chan, go! Take him out! Defeat this archdevil of perversion! Why does she have a collar? I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him. Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Satoko's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan's in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that? 2. Ace, ace, ace. 8, 8, 8. Reversal. Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Mwahaha! The 4 of them have allied against me. That's it? You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal! Reversal! I don't know this game, so. What? How could such a thing be? Satoko let out a shriek. Mwahaha, you simpletons. Using up all of her cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after. What? He actually won? I'm surprised. I lost. Bwahahaha! Finally, you'll fall into my clutches. Now I'll pick one out. What? Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Even the penalties were as I wished. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. What, they just have them hanging around? Of course they do. It's an anime. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but... I love that it actually says that. Okay. But I didn't ask. Aww. Aww. This was so... Oh, it felt like I had become Reina. This was definitely cute. Oh, cute! Isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, I want to take her. Star. That wasn't me talking. That was the actual Reina. As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, a teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Reina's ears with an audible poof. Rika-chan must taking her home, Star. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange, Star. I see. I still have one trick left. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into an open palm. If Reina must, she can take me home. After Reina's son beats Keiichi's son, she can. They thought that Reina in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous. That Reina can't defeat me. For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Reina's hands like the machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Reina's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we? Keiichi-kun, hurry! My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. No play? Nothing to play, Kei-chan. Then with this, I'm out! Everyone cheered. I was spent. Whew. I've got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little. Now then, I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty, this is it! Now it's a kiss. Everybody peeked at it in unison, gazes flicking between the text and my face. All day today I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there? All. Huh? Every penalty up until now. Oh, they're totally cheating. What the heck? Keiichi-san, should you not be speaking like a little brother? No. It said little sister. Ugh, yes, One-chan. Little brother doesn't work anyways, so. Ugh. Oh, this is quite addicting. Next, I'll have you rub my shoulders. Keiichi-kun, I don't need the lap pillow, so don't do that one. So do that other one, okay? Yes, master. Also doesn't work. Sorry. Oh, Keiichi-kun, that's so cute. Say it again. Please spare me, master. Marina passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat. Next is from Miss Old. Why does she call herself an old man? I'm going to have you fan me for a good long while, you know. Whoosh, whoosh. Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit. Star. They totally cheated. This is for girls. Can't I wear the one for boys? It was clearly, yeah, and it said little sister too also, thank you. Wear a girl's swimsuit, as you can see. Satoko was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable if I do say so myself. But, whose school swimsuit am I going to wear? Oh, if I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right? Oh, this old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not that in shape, so I think even Kei-chan can fit into it. The executioners surrounding me, wagging their fingers. No! My first thought, it's tight around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was how... Ouch. Keiichi-kun is bending forward. Cute. That would be disgusting. You'll be ready after you wear the cat ears, bell, and tail. Kei-chan, want to look in the mirror? It's amazing, really. It's probably best if you look. The stern scientific calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made Mion very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, master. Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that. Oh ho ho ho. Then, is this enough? I'll change and... While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika slipped up behind me without a sound. Not yet, Keiichi. There's still the first penalty left. In this getup? Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. Sir, excuse me! Yes, please come in. I stepped forward into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically in his office. Though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty? Rubbing the principal's head. Principal, I challenge you! I heard what sounded like a sha-shing 3 times. His 3-gauge zipper. The principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And in a heart... Out. That tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawa twilight. KO! do kind of want the story to start now. I think we've gotten enough exposition. Also, I'm getting tired of these little stunts. They're cute, but it's just the same thing over and over. Reina was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together, very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home. Man, that was intense. I didn't know Kei-chan was so good at president. No, I was more surprised than anyone. If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong. But still, it was pretty bad. Being carried off in a stretcher in that outfit would probably haunt me till the day I die. But that's fine, isn't it? You were able to do something to boast about for the ages, too. Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. Oh, we meet again, Keiji-kun. It was Tomitake-san. It felt like I'd been running into him quite often. Hey, take any good pictures? Well, a few. So... Tomitake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered in my ear. You sure get around. Today you already have a different girl. It's not like that. No need to hide it. It's important to get lots of experience when you're young. Because Tomitake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mion knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whispering. I've heard through the grapevine that Mr. Tomitake is quite the catch himself, No, that wasn't my intention. Sure. Keep up that good work and take plenty of pictures. See ya! Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. From the way she spoke, it seemed as if Mion knew Tomitake-san quite well. How's the year treating you, mister? Staying until the Onikakushi? Yep, I plan to. After photographing the festival, I plan on heading back to Tokyo. Being a photographer sure is easy. Be sure to win some big award and become famous. You spent all of your best years on photography after all. I don't think I'm that far gone. Don't they say men start developing their own unique flavor in their 30s? What does it matter what you taste like? That's so gross. Oh, look at the time. I need to get back to the inn before it gets dark. Tomitake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion. Now then, I'll see you both at the festival. After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitake-san disappeared amidst the cries of the higurashi. The way he's going, he probably won't ever get famous. I had him promise he'd display a picture of me if he ever opened up a gallery, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So, you know Tomitake-san? Yeah, he's an acquaintance of sorts, but you know how easy it is to tell who's an outsider. It sounded like you meet him all the time. Tomitake-san comes around to Hinamizawa regularly, maybe 2-3 times a year. He says he's taking pictures of the scenery and wild birds, but, well, those photos really are nothing to phone home about. The image Mion painted of Tomitake-san was fairly unique. The Tomitake-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth. I wonder if he's really here to take pictures of birds. Mion stared blankly at me as if to ask, what do you even say of that? It just seems he's here for something other than taking pictures, I think. Don't you get that feeling? Like, about that incident? The dismemberment? Oh, you too? If so, you've got good instincts, Kei-chan. She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it. You knew about it then, Mion? Of course! He might be able to pull one over on everyone else, but he can't fool this old man. Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all the apprehensions I had about Tomitake-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. I I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk. What is it, Kei-chan? It's just that I never thought the cries of the Higurashi could feel this good. What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Kei-chan? We both continued to giggle, not knowing why. I wonder what Rina's doing. I bet she's getting her fill of Rika-chan by now. She's probably in the middle of asking her over so she can treat her to dinner. It'd be great if she'd be able to take her home. I wonder. Rika-chan is pretty good at that stuff. Yeah, I feel the same.